Hello everyone, and well, let's get right to the point. In my last video, I basically explained the idea of my new game called Nomad's Journey. It's an idle game set in an apocalyptic world where a nomad travels endlessly for survival, and surprisingly, I got a lot of really useful feedback, which I excitedly read through all of them. It is now time to actually take a step forward and make this idea come to life. I am really excited to start this project, and I wish I could just fast forward in time and look at this game as a finished product. But anyway, we will take one step at a time, and I made some cool things that I wanted to show you, so here it goes. By the way, if you're new to the channel, feel free to join this game adventure with me and others here, and feel free to subscribe and like this video, because why not? I also have the Discord channel if you want to join and discuss more about the game that I'm developing, or if you just want to hang out with other people. So, character animation is something that I struggle a lot. Actually, I struggle with almost everything about game development, but I think that's really the fun part of it. Wait, what am I saying? Anyway, I decided to use this character because it looks like it's traveling somewhere in an unknown planet, which I think fits well with the game's theme. Plus, I think someone mentioned before that the character resembles an astronaut. So I think the character looks a little bit sci-fi and futuristic. So yeah. In order to make this character come to life, I first separate it into pieces, as you can see here. And then after I imported them into Unity Engine, I started to piece them back together, and it is slowly becoming a whole person, character, again. And in a matter of few minutes, I knocked off the idle animation. I think it was pretty easy because you just make a lot of the pieces here, the character pieces, go up and down, and the character looks like it's breathing and alive now. It also looks like it's waiting for something to happen. Then I attempted to make a simple walking animation. I didn't want the leg to just move without bending because that would look a little bit awkward and rigid. So I tried to bend the leg like this. Right now it looks like it's kicking or dancing or it's doing something with its leg. But after surprisingly spending some few hours into this animation, I think it looks pretty okay. By this time I was actually really pumped to make the environmental assets so that I could actually see this character walk in a full setting. By the way, this character may look, I guess, a little bit simple right now, but I think as we develop this game, I know it's only wearing a backpack right now, but it is going to soon equip various weapons, different headgears and helmets, I guess, clothings, armors, drive vehicles, and so much more. So if you have any ideas about what it should wear, I guess, or hold, feel free to comment below, and I really can't wait to make all of those items and wearables and especially the weapons in the future. So there are going to be various environments that the character is going to explore. I mentioned in my first video that there will be a lot of contaminations in the form of fungus and dangerous plants, but I think as a start, maybe it will be good to explore desert-like environment and then slowly build up to contaminated towns and cities and whatnot. So I started to sketch the environment, and mainly what I was trying to do was to figure out the correct perspective for parallax effect implementation later on. Once I thought the perspective lines were good, as you can see here, maybe it's not that good, but I started to detail out the environment more, and then I think it took a couple of days, but the color and style changed a little bit like this, and I was able to crank out a lot of different environmental assets. I'm probably going to improve this further, but for now I think it is good enough to implement them into the game. So as I mentioned before, I wanted to implement parallax effect so that the character is not walking in a static environment. There's a lot of different ways to implement parallax effect, but going in depth about each one of them is going to be boring. So to cut it short, I tried one method, didn't really work out. So I tried another one where, to simply put, the environment assets are translating toward the left, and once it reaches a certain point, it will respawn at a certain location toward the right. So it will keep moving from right to left, right to left. It will keep looping forever. And surprisingly, this was done by a few lines of code, as you can see here. Feel free to use them, and if you want to learn more about parallax effect, I guess, feel free to comment below. And finally, I think this is looking pretty okay, but I just wanted to make sure that it runs smoothly as the game continues on. You can see that the hills and the mountains and the clouds are moving at a very slow rate, and I could actually just wait this out for like hours and hours, but alternatively, I can also make this fast forward time feature, where if you press the right bracket button, the game will fast forward in time. So watch this. I think the running animation looks really funny. Maybe it's just funny because I just fast forwarded everything in time, and for some reason this reminds me of Flash. But anyway, I think we got the parallax effect down, and all I need to do from now on is I want to make the environment look a little bit better. There are some empty spaces that I want to fill in, and then I am going to start working on the actual game features. I really can't wait until this game is playable and we can explore different locations while encountering various people, animals, and maybe monsters too. And all of these are going to be based off from idle game mechanic, so that is going to be pretty awesome too. I think this is it for today. Feel free to let me know what you think about the game so far, and thank you for watching. See you next time.